Why would you play an RPG that's like real life when you can have fantasy instead?
Saying the oak's dangerous and has to go.
Christ. There'll be nothing nice left here at this rate.
Don't worry.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Why have a game with hunger and laundry when you could rather slay dragons or wave wands around while shouting Wingardium Gnome Leviosa?
It's Leviosa.
Truth is, there's a reason why movies about weapon-wielding warriors like this can be entertaining in one way, while movies like this can be just as entertaining in a whole different way.
Are you not entertained?
All you need to make it work is a good story with interesting characters and great writing. But it's trickier for video games, which also need attractive visuals and fun, engaging gameplay. With a big crowd of existing fans expecting an even bigger, better experience than the first, and the need to accommodate newcomers arriving at Hype Train Station, delivering a sequel to Come Deliverance that lives up to expectations was always going to be a monumental task. KCD2 has to nail it twice in a row or risk converting existing fans into angry mobs. And if you're a newcomer wondering what all the fuss is about and you're thinking of jumping on board, you're going to want to keep watching before making your decision. This is Come Deliverance 2. Let's take a look.
My word. That is impressive.
It's only a model.
If you, like me, have absolutely no idea what happened in the first game,
What are you doing in England?
Mind your own business.
there's now an official video from Warhorse that can catch you up. And I've linked it for you somewhere.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
In terms of the story though, the very short version of where things kick off is that it's early 15th century Bohemia and you're Henry, a man who used to be a peasant but now isn't.
Apologies, Your Grace. Unfortunately, I was too busy shoveling shit and picking turnips to find time for studying Latin.
After continuing on from where the first game left off, an unfortunate series of events leaves you stranded in a foreign region, unknown, penniless and unable to prove your identity or find a way home.
Alright, off you go.
As a newcomer to the franchise myself, I'm blown away with just how authentic the dialogue feels and how well it's delivered.
Do you think we're going to fight with our cocks? Put on your helmet and armor, grab a practice sword and come along.
Not to mention how funny the writing is at times and how true to life some of the scenarios end up playing out. As a matter of fact, it exposes just how predictable and lifeless a lot of gaming dialogue is these days.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything.
Make no mistake, things can get pretty dark too and leave you feeling weighed down by the repercussions of a decision or a direction in the story. The fact that it delivers such a wide range of emotions is in itself really impressive.
We should ride back.
The level of detail in the world is astonishing and the daily routines of the NPCs are really impressive too. Many games, especially open world RPGs, provide worlds that feel alive and many of them have NPCs that go about their day, but this is a little different.
Worldly law says one thing, but God's law and scripture tells us something else.
What are you talking about?
It's a world of rules that are authentically aligned to the history where Christianity is a massive part of the culture and rules need to be adhered to, such as carrying a torch with you in town after dark to show that you're not skulking around and up to no good.
You're under arrest.
Your reputation heavily affects your experience, so you gotta make sure you play nice when it counts. This is a game full of people that just don't give a rat's ass about you, and a world that is very happy to carry on without you in it. If someone tells you to be somewhere at a certain time, you'd better be there at the right time or they'll tell you off. And if you're in a mission and ask for some extra time to look around before continuing and then take your sweet time hoovering up all the sweet loot, the other characters will straight up leave without you, and your mission will update to let you know you've missed the rest of the mission and you gotta head back to town and wait for their return. KCD2, like the first Come Deliverance, wants to give you an authentic hands-on manual medieval experience. Combat, while apparently more accommodating than the first game, is threatening, difficult and dangerous, which can be frustrating when you suck at it, but really fun when you get better at it.
Round 1. Fight! Flawless victory.
You don't always have to get into a rumble though, and this is the aspect that made me really start to realize that KCD2 is something quite special. I felt an authentic level of role-playing immersion unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. No, I don't want to find out if those guys on the road ahead are friendly.
We're going to gut you, you whore son!
No, I'm not sticking around after seeing that wolf at the tree line eyeballing me, and yes sir, I would very much like to try and talk this out with you instead of finding out if I can take on all three of you at once.
You can't run from me!
I am just a normal human without shouty dragon powers after all. Despite getting the game a full month before release, KCD2 has been a polished experience with only a few minor bugs, and so far, only one that properly broke a side mission and wasted about an hour of my time. Even before I downloaded the patch that just dropped a few days before release day, the performance mode on console delivered an impressive combination of smooth frame rates and sharp image quality. There's a quality mode too, but honestly with how good performance mode looks and runs, it's not even a competition. I really like the cool maps in these games with their hand illustrated look and different levels of detail, clever waypoint system, and maybe the coolest fog of war clouds ever. On the downside, I found the interfaces in the game, including the screens that handle your journal, player, and skills, to be kinda confusing, cumbersome, and unintuitive. Despite a host of guide screens, I still find myself oblivious to what some of the icons meant and why they were changing status. Fans of the first game should note that there have been slight tweaks to elements like saving, parry timing, and more, and you'll be very happy to hear that you can easily swap between 3 different loadouts now, which has proven to be very handy even for a scrub like me who has never known different. And for those who don't know, this is especially useful because the way you dress can heavily change the way people treat you. You're not going to get away with acting like a diva and shouting, "Do you know who I am?" when you're dressed like a blacksmith. And this isn't a game where you always just do a button press to get a thing. Crafting weapons involves heating metal in a fire, hammering it evenly, flipping it over, and doing it perfectly to get the best result. Alchemy involves finding fresh ingredients, sticking to recipes, and trying to get the timing down. And there's even gambling with dice. And if you're into this kind of stuff, it's actually really fun.
Ha ha! My lucky dice never fail.
You need to eat, sleep, and keep clean too, or live with the consequences of blacking out from exhaustion, entering battle weak, or trying to charm a lovely lady while coated in blood and horse turds.
I'm no latrine cleaner.
Oh, sorry. It's just that you smell like one.
How you doing?
If you're as good as that on the battlefield, may God have mercy on your enemies.
I'm not so considerate on the battlefield.
If you're new to Kingdom Come Deliverance, the slower manual elements could really turn you off, and while the potions you use to save are easier to come by and there are now autosaves at major story or mission points, you'll undoubtedly feel the cruel sting of losing a load of progress now and then, and there's really no escaping that some of you might just straight up find the game too slow, punishing, and well, boring at times. In short, this game isn't for everyone, and you know what? It shouldn't be, and here's why.
Audentes fortuna juvat. Fortune favors the brave.
Trying to please everyone is a perfect recipe if you want games that are lukewarm, safe, bloated, and forgettable. You won't ever create something special if you're not willing to alienate a portion of your audience. Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 took risks, and those risks paid off, because it sold over 8 million copies and got a sequel, and now Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 continues to carry that torch, and the result is, for me as someone who came in completely blind, a very unique and special experience. And if you too are a newcomer, maybe picking up the first game at a good price isn't such a bad idea. But if you're eager to jump straight into the sequel like I ultimately ended up doing, I'll say this. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 challenged me to rewire my brain and think differently about the way a video game world can be navigated and experienced, and because I've stuck with it, it's delivered immersion, tension, true role-playing, and emotional beats that I've rarely experienced in an open world RPG. For one of the first times ever, I really did just feel like a guy, existing in a world. You're not special, and you're also not all-powerful, so it makes you think differently, it makes you react differently. It made me approach situations different when I knew that I can get my ass kicked. It made me approach situations where I wanted to talk things out first, the way I would in real life, rather than how it is in other games when you know you could just come in swinging. And that's pretty special, and if anything, just really unique. If you're already a big fan of the first game, or one of those KCD fans in my preview videos comments that were boasting about spending hundreds and even thousands of hours playing the first game, I have no doubt that you're in for a hell of a treat. Fortune favors the brave indeed. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button to let me know. I've got a whole bunch of other reviews up on the channel, and I've got a few more on the way, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss them. And here are a few other videos that I think you might like. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.